knows what's going to bring. So, do you know what I mean? Like, so
100%.
we're live, right?
Yep.
And I love this because we were just talking off air about you being a natural healer and you enjoying being that healer. What did you just see? What did you literally just see? I don't want to go too much into the full detail, but what did you see as an overall picture?
So I'll sum that up in one word.
Yep.
Breakthrough.
Ooh.
And another word that's coming to mind is realization.
Boom. Why is that?
Just that seeing and understanding in self, understanding what's going on inside, changing, pushing through the iron ceiling.
In a big way, yeah?
Yeah, so the iron ceiling was here. This is where you're meant to stay.
Yeah.
Bang, just went through.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, so I'm going to give a bit of context to it because I never talk about Marcella, period. I never speak about her at all because it's been a pretty difficult journey for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And to have that moment that I just had where there's a lot of realizations, breakthroughs, openings. It's pretty magical. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing, you know, about the being authentic, being open. Hey, Beryl, how are you over there, WA? Actually, Jacob, you're yet to meet Beryl.
Hey, Beryl.
Beryl's a very, very, very important person inside the business of Smiles.
Love that.
Actually, Beryl, I am going to send you the link. I'm actually going to ask you to come on and join us tonight.
Love that.
And it will be, Beryl, I'm just sending you the link. Click on that, please, at 8:45 if possible. Is that okay, Beryl? Thumbs up that that's okay. Hey, Janelle. Another amazing human. Janelle's someone I love with all my heart.
I do now too.
Yeah, and you will, right? Because it's a hat tip. I don't know who that is, gentlemen. Hat tip.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah, so Beryl, if you can come on at 8:45, I'd really love that. Thumbs up, please, from you, mate, if you're coming on. They say that in order to change the world, you just need. Hey, good on you, Janelle. Big heart right there, yeah. Hey, it was Lisa Westgate. How are you, mate? This is beautiful. So all the crew's turning up. I love it.
Nice.
So, and what just happened then was, you know, like, in order to change the world, you only need to change the way you see it, right? And if you see the world differently, all of a sudden, it's going to be something sensational, you know.
100%.
Yeah, Lisa Westgate need a breather tonight. You deserve one too. So I might give you a tinkle a bit later. Yeah, so straight off topic straight away. But that's what happens, right? We get squirrels and life happens and we get in the way. So how have you been over the last week? Yeah, how have you been over the last week, Jacob? What's been coming up for you since we did our first interview as such?
Oh, man, it's been crazy. I've been doing a lot of script writing because I'm going through doing another course where I've been writing a lot of scripts to attach to values. So I've been doing a lot of that, and just the connection that's happening from people in the outside has just been phenomenal. Just a lot of random people just popping up and connecting.
Can you mind going into a little bit of depth with the script writing? And we are a study break, which I'm happy for.
Yeah. So basically, it's one of the courses through Authentic Education, and I'm only just starting it, so I'm just just learning the beginning of it. But basically, it's all about attaching to the values that you already have inside your mindset, and then linking um, things that your goals that you're setting to those values that you already have in your mind. So scripting out. So basically, it's all about being wealthy, because wealth gives you time to be the best version of yourself. Obviously, it's not just wealth itself, but it's one thing that can bring you time.
What's wealth to you?
Time. Yeah. Having time to focus on the things that are around you and being present. Obviously, family is a big thing. Health is wealth as well.
Yeah.
Just being able to provide and care. I guess that's one of the biggest things from the very beginning that a man has been taught. Provide since the early days. Provide for your family.
Is it still important, you reckon, providing for your family as a man?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, for me, and I can only speak from me and how I feel, but when I can provide things for my family, like that is where I feel it right here, not here. So essentially, that's what takes me out of here and into here, heart-based. Like, that's where you want to be.
Yeah, I like that. Like, and I'm just going to sit in the wealth side of things for a second because, like I personally determine wealth as my relationships are my wealth. The way I connect with people is my wealth. And I
Yeah.
understand that financial wealth is also important in order to, have the resources in order to do the things you want to do. But it comes back to the value set, which is what you've been setting. You've been setting your values in around wealth so that it can come in abundance. And it's a little bit, it is a little bit like NLP, really, because you're programming. So I'm going to be a little bit cautious. We've got so many of these comments coming in today, and I really, really appreciate them. I'm just going to not ignore you all, but I'm going to ignore you all. just for 5 minutes, because I just want to have
no.
Conversation. Yeah, just for 5 minutes,
to
have a conversation with Jacob, because this is actually an interview. We're actually working each other out. Jacob's interviewing me to getting an understanding about me, to see whether or not he wants to work within the business of Smile Structure and Smiles for Life. I'm 100%. Interviewing Jacob to see whether or not he's a worthy candidate to be a representative of the business of smiles, because it's not just about having the ability to be able to project your story. It's about the ability to be able to listen and understand and ask questions and have that curiosity, which is so much a part of the coaching program that Ben runs, but it's also in the presentation, right? The present like a pro, for me, is just important in one-on-one conversations as it is when I'm speaking to hundreds of people,
Yep.
So that's a real thing for me. So with in mind, Ben Harvey, quick plug. I think you do a great job. Well done.
Fantastic job. Wow. What a humble guy. Yeah, love it.
Do you know what we might do? We might actually reach out to Ben and get him on one night towards the end. Just ask him to come in and have a bit of a conversation, because I'd like to understand more. Apart from we look pretty similar, we're not too bad. I got a bit rosier cheeks, but I'm going to go with the mustaka and see how we go. Like, give us a smile. Oh, look at this! All right, couldn't get two better heads for radio.
Love that.
Yeah. Love that. These are giving me the spirits tonight. Okay. So, Jacob, after last week and me going fairly deep on you,
Mm.
What do you want to know about me? What is it that you want to learn about me? What is it that you need to see from me that's going to entice you to be a part of the bigger picture with what we're doing?
Yeah. So obviously, looking at this whole business of smiles,
Mhm.
only really touched the surface of it. I've looked through the surface side of it. And obviously, when you talk about it, there's a lot of passion in and behind the business of smiles. So there's obviously a lot thrown into it emotionally, not just what you can see. So, yeah, for me, I want to try and find out, um, firstly, the whole reason behind the business of smiles starting, but also what the lead up was that brought this into from here into here,
Yeah.
sort of thing. So basically, where you came with this whole business of smiles um, program, um, sort of thing. So, yeah, how did it come up as an idea?
Okay. Okay, Beryl, we're going to go a little bit past the 8:45 before we bring you on. But at the same time, that's okay, right? Because
Yeah.
so how did it come about, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, firstly.
I've had a very interesting and colourful life.
Yep.
Um, Streets of 14, a lot of alcohol, drug abuse, a lot of challenges in life, a lot of violence, a lot of different things that have really accumulated into me being a very angry person for a long time.
Yeah.
And I couldn't quite get things together. Cost me a business when I was 32, and
Okay. Yeah.
that stung. And anyway, I was just on my way back from that, and 2 years after that, trying to get back up and running again. And I was having one of the most beautiful days of my life. Actually, it was the day before Mother's Day. Marcella, myself, and Oscar went into the city, put bikes in the back of the car, rode those Melbourneites. We parked along up at St. Kevin's and we rode in to Port Melbourne. Came
Yep.
back from Port Melbourne, went to the. Do you know Melbourne at all?
I've been there a few times. Yeah,
Okay, so we come
but
back
not
to South.
not heaps. Yeah.
No, that's okay. So we went back to South Melbourne Market, sat down and had some South Melbourne dimmies. All those Melbourneites, let us know in the comments what you think of those South Melbourne dimmies because I love the things. Anyway, so we
Dim
had a
Sims.
beautiful lunch. Yeah, dim sims, but they're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
ordinary
Gotcha.
dim sims. They're big
Ah,
and they got a few little extra spices. They're pretty bloody awesome.
love
Anyway,
that.
so so we sat there and had lunch, had a burrito as well, and then we rode off into St Kilda, and the footy was on. And
Ah,
little man fell asleep on the back of the bike. So we sat down and watched footy for a bit. Anyway, he wakes up, get back on the bikes, and we head into there we go, South Melbourne Dimmies. Giddy up.
you.
And then we head back into the city. We get to the Lint Chocolate Bar, and we stop just before we head back to home. Little man had a baby chino. I had my double hot chocolate, and Marcella had a cappuccino.
Nice.
Fantastic. One of the best days I ever had.
Well, I
28
can see the
degrees.
emotion that you're telling that this is a significant event.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we get on the bikes and we ride back to the car, and we're a minute away from the car, and I heard a noise. I
Mm,
turn around, and Marcella's lying there with blood pouring out of her head and her mouth.
mm.
Thank God my son was on the back of my bike.
Yeah, right.
I get up to her. She's not moving, no breath, and I think she's dead. So I pick her up. I got her in my right arm, blood pouring out of her head and mouth. I got my
Yeah.
2-year-old son in my left arm. Here we are on the Yarra Trail, where cyclists and runners go past consistently, right next to the Yarra, and nobody stopped. Here I am in the middle of the city with the two
Yeah.
most precious things in my life
Mm.
in my arms. No one stops. Eventually, train federal police guy, and I think this is the first time I've been able to say this without actually crying. So this is
You've
feels a
obviously
big
done
one.
some work on it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just a little, but that's all right. I've
Actually,
said it a
this
few times.
explains a bit about the live when you got on and spoke about when you stopped to help someone on the freeway and no one
Oh,
stopped. So
give me,
this,
give
yeah.
me a
Anyway,
minute.
keep going. Keep going.
No, give me a minute 'cause I'll get to that too. Don't worry.
Mm,
All
mm.
right. So anyway, so she had to learn to walk and talk again.
Right.
So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
at this point, I'm like, why didn't anybody stop? Why didn't anybody stop to help out a man with the two most important things in his life, in his
Mm.
arms? What is it? What do I have to do? What's the one thing I need to do in order to change society, in order to make that happen? It took me a while, but it became a smile. What's the one thing I can do? Smile. Now, since that day, I have sat with this many, many, many times over, and I have done a lot of work on myself. And I no longer carry the anger I used to carry from. I struggle with the word trauma, but I look at my life experiences that have made me me and gifted me the anger from other people that I then put into other people.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much that in an emotional time of my life, I went back to the experiences of all my deep emotions and I just projected anger at everybody so they didn't want to come near me.
Mm.
Because since I've worked on myself and healed all my life and accept who I am and love who I am,
Yeah.
people come towards me,
Yeah.
but they no longer go away from me.
Yeah.
I
Love that.
smile. My love,
Yeah.
my smile is in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why a smile became important to me. But where the business of smiles orientates from is I used to have a business with a best mate. We used to build high-end swimming pools, and
Mm-hmm.
they were extraordinary. I was so proud of these things. Anyway, a situation happened where anxiety got the best of my best mate, and the business wasn't in great shape. So we sat down and had a conversation about it, and I asked him to leave so that we could try and get things back in shape.
Mm-hmm.
He did, and he started getting himself in a better position, went through some pain himself. But it come crunch time with the business. He was the actual director, and we were partners in that side of things. And I put a price for him to walk away, and it was much cheaper for him to liquidate it, and he didn't have to deal with anything. So that was the decision made. I accepted that because I care more about him as a human. All the projects, all 6 of them, got finished and to a phenomenal standard.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
So much so that I've actually spoken to a few of them, and they're still over the moon with what happened.
Yeah.
But during that time, I had to face a lot of demons. I had to
Mm.
go through and speak to customers in really, really painful situations. Some people know of that, but what happened during that time is I spoke to the 2 fittest guys I know,
Yep.
and I said to them, I'm in trouble up here. I can't hold things together. I'm struggling. Can
Mm.
we sign up to an event so I have something to train for, so I've got an outlet, which happened to be Spartan Trifecta. Because if I'm going to do something, I want to get the best guys around me and we'll have a red
Yeah.
hot crack, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, so we better start training. So we started running together. Warren Bull and Dion Sargent. I'll never ever be able to thank them enough for being there in the darkest days for me, because I loved swimming pools and it hurt. It really hurt. And that's all I knew. I did 27 years in the industry. I didn't know anything else. So I had to reinvent the wheel completely, right?
Yeah, right.
So anyway, I'm going along and we're running. And as we're running, I'm finding myself talking, right? And I was able to get all this out and they just listened. They were just there. They just listened. They asked questions, just simple question. How does that make you feel? Okay, so what are you going to do about that? Okay,
Yep.
how can you take control of that? Okay, cool. So I did that for me. And then as we got through that, more guys started coming. And we were able to talk. We had up to 40 guys on a Sunday morning at 6 a.m. walk, jog, and run to spend time together
Yeah.
because we did for ourselves first
Yep.
on the Sunday and came back with a positive vibe for our family. So when our kids saw us first thing on the Sunday morning, we were feeling good. We weren't hungover. We weren't, we'd done something for ourselves. And if some of the guys had a drink the night before, that was all expelled in the walk and the drink, so they're fresh, turning up to be the best versions of themselves for their families.
Oh,
Genuine brotherhood, absolutely it is. So
love that.
So that kicked off and it was going really well. We ran dinners back then and we had great nights, but then COVID kicked in.
Yep.
COVID kicked in, and what happened from that is we couldn't be around each other anymore.
Yeah, which
Right?
was
So
tough for you in Melbourne, I'd say, because it just went so much longer.
I don't know. I'm forever the optimist. I'm grateful for it, right? Because I'm grateful that so many men got to spend time with their kids that they'd never spent before. During COVID, I got to see men out with their kids in the middle of the day, going for a walk, sharing their love, right? That was beautiful. I loved seeing that. I lost contact with a few guys and I tried to figure out what do I do? What do I do next? What's I've got to do something. And then I met Shorty and I said, Shorty, I got this crazy idea. I want to run from Sydney to Melbourne. My dream, Jacob, is to run from Sydney to Melbourne. I want to hand out 10,000 pairs of socks while I run from Sydney to Melbourne. I want to touch hearts of 10,000 people as I go through my darkest days in order to create a new relationship with my father and my son. Right? Wow. So I shared that dream with Shorty, and Shorty's like, I'm on board. Right? I want part of this because it's just such a beautiful story. And he's got a story, and he's a good man with a huge heart, and he wants to do good for others, like he's just such a beautiful, beautiful man. Anyway, one thing led to another, and that led us into the conversation. We turned it into the business of smiles, which then became a not-for-profit. In the meantime, these socks were born. These were born from a smiley. Black dots represent our dark days. We all have them. No one's getting out of that. But there's more sunshine than there is dark days. Sometimes we just need a reminder. Those guys gave me a reminder.
Yep.
Here's the funny thing, Jacob. I didn't have the story of these socks until I did Speak Like a Pro with Ben when I first learned how to present. Then I had the story for the socks. Right? So the irony in full circle in this is phenomenal. But these socks have become our signature. These socks are a conversation starter. These socks are a way to get from my heart to yours. They are a connection tool that I literally gift to somebody or those that have come out for a walk, and I've seen them. I want them in my workplace, very male-dominated industry. Give me the opportunity to come and talk. Who do I have to speak to come and do a presentation about these socks and actually talk to the men in your workplace? Give me the opportunity to connect with their hearts so they can connect to theirs and they can connect to the rest of the world. Anyway, sorry, a bit sidetracked, but not sidetracked.
No, don't apologize, man. That's exactly what they are. Like they are
what we're about.
A connection, and that's the word I love that you use, connection.
Because
that's what a lot of people struggle with.
This here sits in people's drawers. There's people that have been gifted these socks that never, ever, ever open them because that's how much they mean to them. Because it was the intention they were gifted with. It was a thank you for doing your best right now.
Yep.
How many times in my life I could have done with a thank you for doing your best right now? I know it's hard. I know it's shit. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But I'm here. And here's a reminder that I was there.
Yeah.
Because I want you to know that I'm with you for every single step. I may not be by your side today, but you're in my heart.
Yep.
And that is what this is about. The
I felt
business
that.
is small.
I
Yeah,
felt that.
I hope
Thank
so.
you.
'Cause
I
and that's
felt that right here.
but that's what the basic concept of what the business smile started as. Now, now,
Mm,
now it's become this beautiful connection for men to be able to sit and express and understand each other, to sit and have conversations like this and learn each other with
yep.
absolute authenticity.
Yeah.
But it comes back to one key element: the ability to listen.
Mm,
It comes back to the ability to be able to sit in that discomfort. And so often, and are you okay if I share something now that might be uncomfortable with you and then unpack that? Is that okay?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Because one of the things that I'm teaching people I'm working with at the minute, I will never stop you talking. I will wait until you're finished and then I'll give a pause because I don't know if you've got more to say. And so often, when you have more to say, that is where the gold is. That is where the stuff comes up that's been thought about. And only in that silent moment, after somebody's finished talking, they have just done a quick recap of what they've said. Well, actually, I've got this too. Yeah. So that, and I'm going to grab you because if people go back and watch this, they'll see where you didn't do that. And if I lose my train of thought and go into your story, you
Mm,
haven't heard mine.
mhm.
I'm lucky that I'm really aware of it. So I make sure I drop a little post-it note in the back of my head of where I'm at so I can go back to it. Because that's one of the key elements for me. If I'm talking to somebody and they talk into me, then I stop immediately and I listen to everything you have to say, and then I go back into the conversation from where I left off. Because I need to be heard.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Total sense,
Yeah.
man. Like I love that.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely love that.
and I want to say thank you for taking that on board, right? Because that's a tough thing. Every Monday night, I sit with builders from around Australia and we talk about this. And we have this thing called a Japanese pause, Japanese silence, where if like, and sometimes I'll sit there for up to 5 minutes and won't say a single word.
Mm,
And just all of just the discomfort comes up and people, shh, oh,
yeah.
what's triggering you? What are you bringing up? What's coming up inside you? That's not, what is it? Why is it that you need to be heard? What is it that's coming up? Right. Get curious in that moment. And that's when the magic happens.
Mm,
In
that's when
here,
it unfolds. Yeah.
in here,
Yeah.
are we listening to respond or are we listening to understand?
Mm, love that. Yeah, and I want to thank you for that story. And I can see and I could feel the passion, man. Like
Hmm.
how far away are we? Thousands of kilometers. And I could feel and I could visualize that story.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, I want to thank
Beryl.
you for sharing that. Yeah.
Perfect. Beryl, do you want to come on?
Love it. Love it.
Thank you. But this is the thing, right? Most of the people on board here will know me from talking a bit, and I am prepared to bear all, literally.
Love it.
In order to get closer to the truth, getting closer to growing,
Yeah.
I'm prepared to go into that absolute discomfort of life. Right now, I've just had come out of a conversation that was possibly the most beautiful conversation I have ever had with Marcella.
Mm,
We've been together 22 years. And we've just had the most beautiful conversation ever. And it was so hard. It was so difficult to have that conversation. But the discomfort is giving us the opportunity to grow.
mm. I love that growth.
And
It's such a
considering
powerful word, isn't it?
oh, but you sat in a portion of that conversation, right? You know what happened in that conversation.
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah, but
As in, like,
enough.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, the context of it, right?
yeah.
like magic happens when we're prepared to get uncomfortable.
Mm.
So has that answered your question?
In a roundabout way. But yeah, I can definitely see how and why it happened, and I love that, having that thing. I guess that concrete thing that people can look at and go, yeah, okay, I'm valued. Like, someone values me. How good is that? And this is why I keep my mo.
Yeah, go into that story.
Yeah, not just for. It was when I went through my time where I was transforming and going through what I was talking about last week. And from there, I have continued to keep my mo, because growing a mo shouldn't be 1 month. It should be all year round, every day. Yeah, men's health is every day. And don't get me wrong, I love that we've got this month where everyone gets on board and everything. But for me personally, I want to take that to every day.
Are you okay if I project for a second?
Yeah, go.
Okay. I think it's human health, right? I'm just a specialist in dealing with men,
Yep.
right?
Hmm.
Human health is important every day.
100%.
But we need to, it's like wine, right? And sorry, it's part of the conversation. Are you okay if I open up the conversation around the LGBTQI opportunity?
Go.
Okay, brilliant. And I want to share this, right? Because humans were like wine, right? There's so many different varieties.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different types of wine.
Yep.
But how do we know what goes with what meal? How do we know what tastes good with that? What can I drink? The Riesling with a Merlot afterwards, or like, how do I know that? I know what works with another wine or something else because of the label it's given, right? But the reality is, we're all wine. The labels we choose, the preferences that we take in life, that helps us identify where we fit and where we work well with, and gives us an opportunity to try it with this. We try it over here with this, then all of a sudden we try it over here with this, and that's what works. Right? So labels are important, but at the end of the day, the humanness is more important.
100%.
Because we're a collective. Labels of wine are important, but not as important as the wine. Because without the wine, you can't have a label. Without the human, you can't have a label. We're just trying to figure out which hole we fit in, which part we belong in. And that's perfectly okay, because
100%.
not all of us are for everybody. Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we've
love
got
that.
two guys sitting here that look similar, but we're very different. So Jacob, are you okay if I bring on Beryl right now?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, right. Beryl! Hello, Beryl.
Hi, Scotty. Hi, Jacob.
Oh, there's the camera.
Nice to meet you.
I'm just
All
thumbs
the way
upping off
across
camera.
the
Love that.
Nullarbor. It took me, took me a little while to follow the instructions. I've never done that before. So, hey, wait till I get the camera. There we go.
Perfect.
Nothing like improv. I love it.
Well, here's the beautiful thing, Jacob. Right. So last week was your first sort of podcast online and having the opportunities. Tonight's Beryl's first, right? And that's what I love. Beryl, I don't know how we're going to have to flip you around. You're on the side, but that'll do. It doesn't really matter. You're coming.
You're doing a kickflip, Beryl.
But hey Janelle, if you're ready to jump back on, I'd be more than happy to have you on too when you're ready. Maybe not tonight, or if you are ready tonight, I'd love to have you on. But I just would like to introduce Beryl to everybody on the Business of Smiles, because we haven't had that opportunity yet, Beryl. Please meet Jacob. All right. Beryl is actually over in Western Australia, Jacob.
Oh, WA, yeah, nice. Love
Yeah,
that.
talk about far-reaching.
I don't think her mic's working.
No, we can. No, so when you flipped your computer, Beryl, I think we've lost your mic. So, but anyway, so Beryl's over there in Western Australia, and she's actually our current admin inside the Sugar Foxby. So all good. All right, so Janelle, I'm going to bring you on. Are you? If you got time, Jacob, you're right tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it. All right, so I'm just going to bring him in, because this journey to actually getting to where we are right now has not just been about me, has not just been about Shorty, has not just been about Andrea or John or Alan, or it's been a journey of the people. And I think that's what's been so beautiful. So Beryl's been helping us out with admin on the Facebook page. She noted that there was a few issues, some posts getting through, and I can't be across everything, so she's come in to help out. So tonight, she's officially on the podcast.
Hey.
Yeah. So welcome, Beryl. No, your microphone's gone.
Can't hear you, Beryl.
Can you turn your computer around? See if that works.
Or is it your phone?
Janelle, you should have are you on the phone? Or no, it's not a computer, right?
Is it a computer? Yeah.
Oh, we've gone upside down now. That's even better. I love it. And this is what I love about people. There we go.
Hey. Still can't. No.
Still can't. All right, Beryl. All right, Janelle Browning.
Hey, how you going?
Good, mate. Good. So, Beryl, can we got you? No. we can't hear. Can't hear.
No.
So anyway, so Janelle's someone from school, Jacob, that is somebody. The Brady Bunch. That's very accurate. Janelle's someone I've known from school and known for many, many years, and has been a big part of the Business of Smiles inside the Facebook group, supporting us with admin, keeping posts, keeping smiles up. Beryl's helping out with that role at the minute, and I'm wondering when Janelle's coming back. Now that she's on, when are you soon? Watch your space. What do you think?
I would like to be in touch to get this ball started. Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful. All right.
Nice.
Because what is this is a fantastic opportunity, but do you know what's the Business of Smiles meant to you over the years? Because you've been around for quite some time.
At first being asked was an honor to join it, because it hit my heart hard, right in the middle. Helping people is in my nature, and just being able to make connections and smiles and making someone else smile has always been part of my belief anyway. Go to the shops and I smile at people for no reason, and they're like, oh, hi. So, and obviously with Scotty, known him forever, love him to death. And it was just a wonderful opportunity to reach out and try and make this thing huge worldwide, and look where it's going. Huge places. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud of that.
And I'm so grateful for you being a part of it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it really is in its infancy of what it's going to become, because there's some beautiful things happening clearly. So Jacob's in Newcastle, and we're looking at the opportunity, and this is why this has come about, this conversation, right? It's about whether or not we run a Smiles for Life in Newcastle, where Alan is. So Alan Stevens is in Newcastle, who's the main instigator. He is the instigator behind the Campfire Project, where a lot of things have come about. So look out for that too, Jacob.
Yeah,
So,
definitely, man.
yeah, so some pretty cool stuff. So, do you know anything you would like to advise Jacob on, or any questions you would like to ask him?
I just want to see this go as far across the globe as possible, and having you on board, just another person who's amazing from what I can tell already. Just trying to get it out there from your group of people. How do you feel about trying to spread the smiles far and wide?
Oh, stoked, absolutely stoked. Like, it's something that's been on my radar for years, and obviously the journey. I tried to do something like this 3 years ago. Obviously wasn't ready, and so the journey has just unfolded and built me into the person I am now. And so essentially, this is why things are starting to unfold. And the one word that just keeps ringing out that I just love hearing is that word connection, because that's the biggest thing with mental health in general. You have that connection and understanding, and that's the biggest thing that happened with me. I just felt alone, and I didn't want to share anything because I felt guilty. I didn't feel like anyone else was going through anything.
Yeah.
You feel like you're the only one. Oh, no. And then you go into that denial. No, I'm good. I'll just da 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 da. But as soon as that connection happens with someone else, it's just the breakthrough. 100% understanding that you've just got that person to hold your hand. It's like you with your son or daughter, knowing that they're there to hold your hand through whatever it is. It's just, yeah, that's powerful, and that's it. So yeah, I just love hearing that word connection.
You've just
Love
got me in the feels with that. So
great. Love that. Yeah.
The idea of just being able to have 100 people on this screen, or 100 different lots, 100 different lots of people holding one of these types of screens, is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is, and it's been a beautiful journey so far. Do you know, I'm gonna, but just due to the time, I just want to say massive thank you for popping on. Love
so good to meet you, Janelle.
Nice to
love
meet you.
seeing you. Love seeing you today. Can we touch hearts in the next couple of days?
Yes,
'Cause
please.
I sort of feel like a bit of magic's coming back.
Ooh,
Wow.
love that. Bit of connection.
Look
Giddy
out.
up. All right. Well, take care, Janelle. Thank you very much for popping up, and I'm sure we'll see you around.
See you soon.
Ciao, ciao. I know. I say it. Beautiful. Love it.
Bye.
All right. Ciao. Bye. All right. I gotta. All right. So here we go. Come back screen. All right. Now let's see how we go. Beryl, we're having a bit of trouble with connection. What we might do is I might reach out and just do. Beryl, do you want to try and talk and see what happens? Yeah, that's a no-go. All right, okay, so I'm going to remove Beryl, and I'm really sorry, Beryl, but I will try and do a live with you very soon to introduce you properly.
Yeah.
So, because I think that's really worth it. I've just got this question just here, Jacob. I just want to grab this to wrap up the evening. Men disconnect when scared, breaking through that stigma that men have to charge on through. What does that mean to you?
Fear. So disconnect when scared. That's fear. Not wanting to deal with it, pushing it back. I guess there's that whole thing around, you'll be right, just get over it. That's the big thing that I heard a lot as when I was younger. You'll be right, get over it. You'll be right, get over it. Which is all right for a time, but it locks in. And just understanding that being able to speak is a release. Yeah, and definitely that's the whole stigma around men having to just charge on through. That's what I'm getting out of reading that. What are you feeling?
I have mixed feelings around it. Because I constantly see men step into their power. I constantly see men become these amazing, beautiful humans they are when they choose the courageous step of actually saying, "This is me." But in order to do that, they've got to have safe places to do that. And that's hence why the Smiles for Life dinners are so bloody important. Because it's not about, there's no right or wrong in these conversations. It's just curiosity. It's just an exploration, right? It's about asking questions. And then what does that mean to you? Why do you think that happened? What was important to you in that moment? And those are the things that create the safety. And we know each other as people. A safe place to land, absolutely, Janelle. It is a safe place to land because, sugar. And that's what we need for our men. We need safe places to be able to express the emotional. You know what? I did a interview for a TED Talk to become the finalist, which means I get a TEDx talk if I'm successful in what I did on the weekend. And I'm going to share what I did right now.
Okay. Love that. Right? Yeah.
I'll see if I can remember it off cuff. Courage, confidence, and connections. I love it. Problem is not the problem. It's how we respond to that problem that causes the pain, the lessons, or the opportunities. Who here has a male family member or friend in their life that has suffered significant pain? Please raise your hand. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes right now. You too, Jacob, please. What was that pain? Was it a relationship breakup? Was it divorce? Was it regret? Was it loss of a business? Was it loneliness? Perhaps it was suicide. Was it an accident? Was it physical or emotional abuse? Was it loss of a loved one? Who did they gift that pain to? Open your eyes, please. It is my mission to create safe places for our men to be able to process the emotional situations they go through in life, so they no longer gift that pain to the people who surround them. A problem is not the problem. It's how we respond to that problem that either causes the pain, the lesson, or the opportunity. It takes bravery to own the pain. It takes courage to find the lessons. Together, Let's create the opportunities.
Mm.
That was my
Powerful.
thought.
That's powerful, man. I love that. And that's exactly what this Smiles for Life is all about. Yeah. And I went straight back to the beginning of your story as you were saying that.
You can't help but see the impact you have on other people when you understand that your pain is the gift,
Yeah.
unprocessed, that you give to everybody in your life.
Mm.
How many people did you think about when you were closing your eyes?
Quite a few. Yeah.
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 And that's just one on one, right?
It
We
just
got,
ticked. Yeah.
yeah. This is why it's so important. This is why it's so important for the Smiles for Life. This is why it's so important. This doesn't just infect us at home, it affects our work environments.
Mm-hmm.
And it affects every part of our life, you know. So, yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
So you wanted to tonight to find out the why, the how.
Yeah. I
How do
got
you
it.
feel? How do you feel being a part of something that is so emotionally attached to the hearts of the people who are involved in the business of Smiles?
So the difference from last week to this week
Mhm.
is that word. I feel a connection.
Mm.
100%. And I'm not just saying that out of, yeah, I feel it. I 100% can feel it. It's radiating right here.
So how are you feeling about the opportunity of being a part of this?
Excited.
I need more.
100% excited.
I
Grateful.
need to feel. I need to. What is your attachment becoming to what this is becoming?
I feel powerful.
Hmm.
That's a big word for me. Not powerful in a sense where just having that power to help, understanding, because that's, yeah, without going too deep, that's the shadow value, but yeah, just having that power to be able to help, because I'm usually the kind of person that sort of sits behind and just powerful.
All right, in the comments, contribution,
Mm,
courage,
mm.
courage, connection, and contribution. I love it. Right.
Yeah, I love that.
So, okay, in the comments after hearing that from Jacob, what do you think? How do you think he feels? And I want to hear what everyone's got to say, because this is our place. We work together on all parts of this. That's how we make a difference. We're together. So, on that note, we've gone well over time. I've got to be up super early, and I haven't prepared for what I need to do. So I'm going to have to go and sit down for a couple of hours and work it out.
Yeah.
Your smile says it all right now.
Yeah, I literally, like, it's yeah. As you can see, it's not something that it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but it's joy. Engage with curiosity. I love it. Using the power of good is an amazing trait. Look at the love coming back at us. That is just beautiful.
So many love hearts. I love it.
Oh, mate, that's all it is. That's all we do.
Yeah.
Right. On that note, I am going to call it a night and say a massive thank you to Jacob, massive thank you to Janelle, a massive thank you to Beryl for coming on. And then, like, it's to sit there and it can be frustrating, and I just really appreciate and honor you for being there.
100%.
Beryl, we will have a conversation in the next couple of days because I really need to introduce you.
And I just want to thank you, Scott, for the courage, not only to share your story on how all of this started, but having the courage to step forward and create this and allow it to happen, and not just going, yeah, I've got this idea. And like our friend says, life rewards action. Yeah.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah. And
I can't
that's
wait
the
to get
one
him on.
thing. Yeah. And this is what I was talking to some people today. Act. It's not a wrong decision. It's a learning experience.
Love it.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about.
Okay.
I have something I want to say tonight that I don't say. And I want to say to Marcella that I'm really proud of you. Today was a very significant day, and the courage and acceptance you're taking to step into being the best version of you, I really want to honor. I think that is truly amazing. I'm very humbled with an amazing thing tonight. So, and when hopefully one day we'll sit and we'll share the conversation between us, because that's what I'd really like to keep things open. Because there's a lot of power in it, but I'm very humbled. So,
Love that. Yeah. Thanks for sharing again.
No, all good. All right. Well, I want to have a quick chat with Jacob off air because he's doing
Yeah.
awesome and I'm loving it, and I can't wait to see what comes up.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Love that.
Now it's that time of night. Thank you so much, Jacob. Thank you, everyone, for tuning
Thank
in.
you.
Now, time to find that button. Can you see it? Do you know where it is?
Nope.
I think